Well, I guess it's time for another weekend trip away from home. So while Kayla's still working and finishing up her shift, I figured I'd give you a little bit of insight on how we pack the van. So before we set out on our little voyage for this weekend, here's what we do to pack the van for the trip ahead. So I always start with the most important to me anyway, and that's like my little camera bin, I guess you would call it, little soft case here that we always put right down there in the middle of the seats when we're driving this thing. And that's primarily for like any easy access. If there's like something super quick that we want to capture with the camera, we have everything right there. Super important to stay hydrated. We always carry one of these 5-gallon water jug. Even when we did our trips in the Jeep, we always had a 5-gallon water jug, and just like the camera stuff, it goes up front. We just push it right behind the driver's seat back there. And what also goes back there when we're parked is the garbage back here. We have it bungeed for travel because it does bounce around, but it is thin enough to fit behind the water back there. And obviously when we're driving, we have garbage. We've got our little Wawa little front seat garbage bag. Alright, so now we got a little bin for our shoes, because we never just wear one pair of shoes. There's different occasions, different shoes, and that usually goes right behind the passenger seat right there. And when we're going hiking, stay hydrated. Got a little Camelback there. All right, and then if you don't know what this is, you're probably wondering what the heck it is, but this is what we actually keep our clothes in. Obviously, we haven't packed yet, we're procrastinators, but this is what our clothes would go in that we actually hang in our closet back in the bathroom back there. So this is perfect for like a weekend trip like we're taking, but we quickly found out on our week-long trip in the van that this is not enough for the both of us to hold all of our clothes that we pack. And that's mostly all that we pack for our trips. The two things that we're missing is bedroom stuff and bathroom stuff. And obviously we always have to make sure that our fresh water is full before we leave, because we do a lot of boondocking, or what they call dry camping. And then just some food that we bring, to fill these cupboards with. That's really all that we pack for our trips, at least our short trips in the van.
Hey y'all! Time for another adventure! This time we're heading out west towards the Finger Lakes region. We're gonna check out Taughannock Falls. Then we're gonna venture a little further west towards Watkins Glen, and we are gonna check out Watkins Glen State Park. Beautiful if you've never seen it. So this trip, it's all about chasing waterfalls.
I didn't know she was gonna say that. I apologize, guys.
I warned you! I warned you and said you're gonna hate what I'm about to say!
Are you proud of yourself?
I am, because I've been thinking about saying that all day if you were gonna do a video. Just made my day.
It's my wife.
But first, we're going to get John's favorite pizza. Well, John's getting his favorite pizza at Frank's in Waterville. I'm getting a salad.
So that's Frank making the pizzas in there, and he's the only one that makes the pizzas. So it's consistent that you're gonna get a 9 out of that place every time. Frank's is legitimately my favorite pizza in all of New York, except maybe in the city. And we called ahead, and it's like right there, but we're super early, so we're just hanging out.
We're super early because I didn't mention it to him till we were like within 10 minutes of it. And then of course it was busy.
So when we pulled up, we had like 26 out of the 30 minutes to wait for our pizza and salad. By the way, it's actually called New York Pizzeria, but we all just call it Frank's because it's been under the same ownership since, I'm pretty sure, since inception. Don't fact check me on that.
Gonna.
But I'm pretty sure. Drove a little bit to get a nice view while we have dinner. Right outside of, I don't know, whatever lake this is. It's not gonna focus because there's too much dirt on the window. Old Jeep out, pretty cool. Let me see if I can get a better view of this Jeep.
In the lake.
There you go. There we go. Oh, nice view. But I'm not gonna have you watch us eat. I'm weird. I have to watch something while we eat, so we're gonna like pull this out and we're gonna watch some Castle. I think it's just about hitting golden hour, so we might catch the sunset here. Who knows? It's almost 7:30, so the sun doesn't quite set at this time, but if we're here long enough, it might.
Yeah, but it's golden hour.
But it is golden hour. But we're gonna chow down, so leave us to it. So I scolded Kayla for flooring the van anytime we're trying to go up a hill, and now this is her response.
It was a very steep hill.
We're doing 30 and a 55 now. It's not exactly what I meant. Well, we just learned something. Where did you think we were going?
I thought it was Taughannock Falls. I don't know.
And where we're actually going?
Taughannock Falls.
Well,
So
it's
much.
spelled weird.
Yeah, so much for
Taughannock.
phonetic pronunciation. Well, we're trying to find a place to stay. I think we found a Wegmans that we're gonna just dry camp at, backed right up to a little stream or river, whatever that is, and call it a night. So here is where we ended up.
Look at that.
Found our little place to park for the evening, and
This is probably the most level we've ever been.
so that's the Wegmans up there. Oh my god, there's a screaming child. And that's our little parking spot. There's apparently a little stream back there. It's hard to see, but there is water back there. So at least we backed up to some kind of water. But this is our sleeping spot for the night. We'll say goodnight to Kayla. You see her chilling in there. Let me in! There you go.
Intruder!
Alright, and if you were curious on what this looks like when it's all ready for bed and all the shades are up, this is what we've got. So, up here in the kitchen, that shade comes down. Back in the bedroom, that shade. Kayla's got blackout shades in the bathroom there. Got one over the door that has little buckles on it. And then these insulated shades for the front. So this whole thing is blacked out on the inside. This little guy we got to go up here
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
because sunlight does come in through that. We've learned it does stay up there. I just didn't put it in all the way. But that's our evening. So
5 minutes later.
well, we're gonna go ahead and take down these shades because we just got a knock on our window. Apparently there's no overnight parking in the Wegmans parking lot, but you can go over to the Barnes & Nobles. I don't think they have any night security over there if you want to go over there. And I said, were there any signs that we missed? And he said, doesn't matter. there's no overnight parking here. So, whatever. We said he's giving us a verbal warning because we will get ticketed. So, we're going to go 100 yards that way to Barnes & Noble, I guess. So, weird. First time ever happening, but I know it happens. We've just been fortunate enough that it hasn't happened yet in the van until today. So, could have been a little nicer, but it is what it is. Good night, hopefully, from the Barnes & Noble.